Hi everyone. So in this video, I just want to give you a little overview of how to navigate the Idaho Enterprise Open Data Portal. For your final project, you're going to need to find data, spatial data, to complete your project. It might not necessarily be found in the Idaho portal, but there are other portals, for example, like ArcGIS Hub and so forth, or other kind of bigger city agencies have very similar portals to this. So with this overview, it'll give you a good start on understanding how to navigate for this data. So there's several ways we can enter this, and for the assignment I have you entering through the search data here. But you can go up to this little icon here called a hamburger. You can open that up, and you notice you can search by data, documents, apps, and maps. So that's one way. Or we could actually type in here and notice certain things, cell towers or roads that I've searched for. You can also get down to here and explore by categories. So for example, if we click on transportation, it'll open up this portal here for us. And we can notice a few things. Notice here this little can looking cylinder says data. So we're always going to want to look for data. If we go through here, most of these are data. Here's an app, for example, but we're going to want to stick with data. And these are the kind of the data types: feature layers, web mapping applications, raster layers, mosaic, web maps, and so forth. So let's take a look here at this crash location for Idaho Department of Transportation, Ada and County. Gives you a quick overview of what the data is. It tells you what type it is, feature layer. It also tells you when it was last updated, September 25th, 2020, how many rows are in the data set, and then just some tags they put in there. So if we click on this blue text, we can open it up. And we have this portal here. So when we first look at this, we can notice again it has a description of the data, which is very important. It tells you a little bit about it over here, the metadata. It tells you that it was made by Compass, which is a company in Meridian, their website. You can also click on this to view the metadata. Here we have overview of the attributes. So these are the columns that are going to be in this data set that talks about the data. For example, the weather for the crash. Was it sunny? Was it snowing? What street it was on? What milepost it was close to? What kind of injuries, fatalities, the date of the accident, things like that. We could also click on data, and this is going to take a little while to load, but these are the data that we just kind of looked on. For example, here we had a crash on Eagle Road at the intersection, direction, and so forth in the segment. So you can kind of scroll across here, and these are all the things. Light, it was daytime, clear, dry road conditions, and so forth. So this is all the data or the attributes about this crash. The other thing we can look at as overview is, let's do this. Let's go to download. So in future assignments and these homeworks, you're going to have to download the data. So if we click on the download button, and we can notice we can download the data as a spreadsheet, for example, like a CSV file. So if we wanted to make any kind of edits to it, we can do that. As a KML file, which can be brought into ArcGIS Pro as well as Google Maps. Shape files. So we are going to want to pretty much deal with just shape files for this class. So if you see shape files, you're going to download that. Another quick thing to do is you want to understand, well, is this data really going to be useful for me? Is this what I want? And another quick way to do that is click this little create a map, and it'll open up a nice web map, and it might take a while to load here. We can zoom in, and we can see quite a lot of crashes, maybe more driver ed courses here or something. So you can click on the layers, and that'll remove that. We can also click on one of the crashes, and if we close this, here is all the attributes associated with that location there. the intersection it happened, driveway, where it happened, the time of the accident, light, it was day, it was clear, dry. So it gives you all the information about that. So that's kind of a nice, easy way to view the data. Does that looking like something that I might want to do? So if you want to do an analysis on hotspots of crash locations in Canyon and Ada County, this would probably be a great data set to start with. So that kind of sums up an overview of what this interface looks like. So there's many other ways, as I said, you can go explore by data. You can also go up here to the search bar and you can type in, for example, roads. We'll see what that brings up. You can say all Idaho roads maybe. And this is all we have, just two attributes here. These are the data. Again, we can go to download, same idea, shape files. We're not going to, you could filter the data, but we're not going to filter it. Again, you can go and create a map. So it's a very easy way to kind of find and search for data for your project. Lots of GIS work. You don't always create your own data. Your company or agency you work for maybe doesn't have the data, so you have to kind of go out and find it.